The Suns honestly did a pretty impressive job early on of keeping it close, kept it to within one through the first quarter. They didn't let anyone besides Shea and Dort to an extent get going, and they didn't shy away in the slightest, despite being a much smaller team than OKC. OKC obviously runs that double big matchup. Suns have not had Mark Williams in either game so far this series. Remains to be seen if he will be back at any point. But they did a pretty good job through that first quarter of really showing up, not shying away from the matchup with OKC, despite the size and talent disparity. Jalen Williams was looking like he was back, especially in that second quarter, which is a terrifying prospect for the rest of the league, seeing as he's been compromised pretty much all season. OKC has been winning even without him. With him back, that just takes them to the next level. That injury, obviously, he's been playing through a lot of injuries this season. He hasn't consistently been on the floor to any extent. If he is out, that does seriously threaten OKC's chances of repeating. It remains to be seen how long he might miss. He's likely missing game 3 at least. That hamstring issue has been a pretty constant issue for him all season long. I do hope that he gets back at some point this season. I do want to see the Thunder match up in a healthy manner against a team like the Spurs or the Nuggets. I don't want to see a compromised Thunder team get defeated. I think it is a much more interesting and much more entertaining matchup if both teams are fully healthy. I do still have the Thunder making it to the Western Conference Finals. They don't have the toughest path to get there. They'll only have to beat either the Lakers or the Rockets to get there. But with no J-Dub, it is going to be a much more interesting matchup in the Western Conference Finals potentially. So hopefully he is back by then and we can have two teams fighting off at full strength. Even once J-Dub went down, Thunder really firing on all cylinders. There's nothing much that Phoenix can do. It is just a talent difference in this series. Similar to Memphis last year, it's just always going to go OKC's way. They simply don't have the talent or the personnel to be OKC. They should honestly be happy with how that game went compared to game 1. They kept it much closer. The Suns were drawing life at points in the fourth quarter, but it did never feel like things really got out of hand for OKC. Shea had an MVP-like performance. The rest of the Thunder just doing what they need to do to take care of business. So not a bad game for Phoenix by any means. The turnovers are unfortunate, but inevitable for them against OKC. And they did have some decent offense going. They do just have to rely so much on their big three making tough shots and contested threes, which just isn't a reliable or sustainable form of offense at this time of the season, especially against a team with as formidable a defense as the Thunder. I still have the Thunder in 4. Much better game for the Suns than game 1. But again, Thunder should have absolutely no issues dispatching them in 4. It just remains to be seen whether or not J-Dub is going to be back to aid in that.